Adam Stark here, and today I'm going to talk about games with offline bots. And I understand that on PC there are infinitely more games than what I'm about to list here, because there's mods and stuff that let you do all sorts of, bot features and stuff like that offline that, are infinitely more accessible and everything. But see, I can only stick to what I know, which is consoles. And more specifically than that, Xbox. But some of these will be PlayStation games as well. So this is going to be my wish list for games that I wish so badly had offline bots. This would be amazing. And some of these games I'm surprised they don't. And it's so sad because they would be even better than they already are. Because the main point is, as I've said in videos before, inevitably every video game server is going to end sometime, someday. It's going to be done where you can't go online, play with other human players anymore. So the day that happens, what are you going to do with that game? Well, that depends on what is there available offline. So games that have offline bots and that do them well, you have that option to play them again and play them still. It's not going to be the same, of course not, but it's still something. Okay, so I'm going to go over my wish list of games that I really wish had offline bots, because those game servers are down or will be down, in the near future for some of them. But yeah, they're not around anymore, so it's like, so then you can't really do anything with them. If you go into those games, all you can really do is the campaign mode, and that's not very fun in comparison, not at all. So first I thought I would go ahead and label out, I had to write these down so I didn't forget any, the games that I can think of that have offline bots before we get into my wish list. And this is, again, sticking to consoles, specifically Xbox, but some of these are PlayStation as well, because there's infinitely more of these games with bots offline and auto players, as they call them, too, but I can only go with what I know, again. So, okay, and this is in no order. Alright, the Unreal Tournament games, Unreal Championship games as well. Okay, Perfect Dark Zero, also the original Perfect Dark. Doom, the 2016 Doom. The Star Wars Battlefront games. Jedi Knight Jedi Academy. Call of Duty Ghosts. Quake Wars. Shadowrun. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2. Brink, Time Splitters 2, Chivalry Medieval Warfare, Mountain Blade Warband, Mountain Blade Bannerlord, and Smite. Alright, so, and this is a list of games that I wanted to make. Again, this is for the ones I know for a fact for console. I wanted to make a list of games that have bots offline and vehicles too, so you can also fight against them and with them with vehicles too. Is these games. Call of Duty Ghosts, although it's, kill streaks / score streaks vehicles, like you earn your helicopter and whatever, but still, I'm going to count it. Perfect Dark Zero, although it's just the jetpack and then the one hovercraft vehicle that you have to, buy yourself in the eradication game mode. The AI computer, they won't buy it for some reason, so they probably didn't program to. But you can buy it, and then your AI will join you in it, so technically we'll count that. All of the Star Wars Battlefront games, Quake Wars, and Unreal Tournament 3. Okay. Now, I'm listing that because here's the point. All these games are great. I love every one of these games that I just mentioned. And they are great not just because they have offline bots. That means you can play them forever. That's just a bonus for me, okay? The games are great. They're already amazingly fun. Great games to play. That any one of those games I just mentioned, I can go play. I can pause this video and go play it right now and have a good time. But the point is, a lot of those games, those servers are long gone. No more playing those games online with other people. You can't do it. I understand on PC there's mods that let you keep way old games alive and running today, and that's cool. That's props to them. But I'm saying I wouldn't know how to use a PC. I'm not good with that stuff. Somebody will have to teach me how to do that. But now, sticking with what I know, the consoles and stuff. So these games I can all play right now and enjoy because they've been given offline bots, thank goodness. So now, just so people can understand, I'll just run through these really quick, what the point is of each of these games with offline bots. And then I'm going to get to my wish list for what games I wish so bad had them, because it would have been great. So the Unreal Tournament and / Unreal Championship games, those games are awesome. You have a decent amount of bots, a huge number of variety. Bots are very smart. You can make them very difficult. Tons of customizability with your game modes and variants, and vehicles. Okay, Perfect Dark Zero. It's a sci-fi shooter game, and you can have a good amount of bots on there. It's really only fun if you play in the harder difficulties. It's a little bit choppy at times with the gunplay and stuff, but overall it's still fun. Still a good amount of guns, and every gun has a secondary fire, just like the Unreal Tournament games. Doom 2016, I actually never played that, so I can't actually judge it, to be honest. The Star Wars Battlefront games, these games are amazing. Huge team battles. These are massive 32 plus battles, and amazingly fun. Tons of vehicles, air vehicles, ground vehicles, fighting each other, and then Jedi is also in the midst of that, fighting each other. Tons of weapon variety, map variety, gameplay. You play as you want. You can be a sniper, a rocket guy, an assault guy, an infantry. You can be a specialist. You can be a pilot. You can be an engineer. There's so many things at those games. So you got it all. Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy. Even if you don't like Star Wars, you can look at it simply as like a duel simulator. That's the way I look at it. Tons of fun, and it's just good Jedi fighting, and really good. It's like the only game that really took like its own unique, what do you want to call it, mechanics, I guess, for lightsaber combat, because it's not like you just hold a block button and then you have to attack at the right time. No, it's you're aiming where you aim, and then you swing when you want to swing. And if there's somebody here, you don't have to turn and hit them. Like, you're just swinging, so you have to do the turning and stuff all on your own. Great time. Call of Duty Ghosts, it's a tactical shooter with up to 17 bots. Amazing AI, computer AI. Same with Star Wars Battlefront 2 2017, by the way. I should have mentioned that, sorry. But amazing AI in Call of Duty Ghosts. It's got tons of variety of weapons and setups and class setups and stuff, and perks. And the AI does everything you can do. They use kill streaks. They use score streaks. They, attack and defend. They're very smart. They're not set paths. They're amazingly smart. Tons of variety in the maps and game modes. Over 10 different game modes that you can do with up to 17 bots each time, and split screen. Call of Duty Ghosts, amazing game. Okay. Shadowrun. This game, it's a shooter, but they also implement magic in it too. So it's not just guns. I mean, you'll always have guns, but it's not just guns. You can also use magical powers. Like, you can push people with magic. You can put these like crystals that like suck the energy out of the player and damage their health, and they're kind of stuck in it, so you can get some free hits on them. You have you can summon a minion, which is like it's like a conjuration spell that makes them attack other people. And it's really strong and fun. And then you have like trees that heal you, and then you can revive dead teammates and stuff. So Shadowrun, it's a fun game. The bots are, I'm not going to go ahead and say they're like smart or clever or anything, but they're pretty unpredictable. I would say that from my experience. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2. It's a fun game. There is just a big amount of variety in that game, with all the different types of weapons that you can use in classes, and costumes that they call them and stuff that you can use, and the costumes give you different weapons and stuff. There's fire, ice, poison, and 6 shooters and whatever, and so tons of fun there, tons of variety, and that you can play offline with all the bots and stuff on all the maps, and it's just you have to play on hard for it to be any fun. But yep, okay, Brink, that is a team battle shooter game that is futuristic in a sense to a little bit. They're very heavy on parkour, so every time you move, you can leap over ledges and leap onto ledges and leap over benches and climb onto stuff, and and there's tons of players, bots, but tons of players on there, and there's an objective game mode, and there's a huge variety in weapons customization, which is what I really loved about that game. Brink is a lot of fun, definitely worth checking out. Quake Wars, one of my favorite games, definitely with bots. It's a huge, giant team battle game. The only thing I can say I don't like about Quake Wars, literally, is the graphics. The graphics look really bad for the fact that it was a game that came out in the 2007, I think it was. And I'm like, wow, I don't know why the graphics are so bad, no offense to them, but the game itself is amazing. You have two different teams that are very different. One is, modern day human, machines, technology, and guns and stuff, and like assault rifles and snipers rifles and shotguns and SMGs. And then you got the other team, which is the aliens. They have alien weaponry, futuristic stuff, but both teams also have tons of vehicles, which is so much fun. You get Jeeps, you get Humvees with turrets, you get hovercrafts, you get spaceships, you get helicopters even, you get tanks, like realistic tanks, and then you get like the alien tanks, you get like walking big walkers and stuff. That game has so much in it. I love that game. Incredible game. I love it. Quake Wars is a lot of fun, and it's objective based gameplay, but very fun game, absolutely. Time Splitters 2. This was on the PlayStation. I'll be honest, I don't remember this game enough, but I remember there was bots, and I remember there was even a map editor mode. I mean, come on, man. That's crazy. Really cool. Chivalry Medieval Warfare. This is a first-person medieval fighting game, obviously, hence the name. And there's bots in this game. They're not clever or anything, but there is bots, so you can still play it, even though the servers will be down if you're playing on console anyway. Very fun. You get a great variety of weapons and stuff. Mountain Blade Warband, really fun. This one you actually have a battle customization thing where you can do up to 100 versus up to 100 with bots and stuff, and you can command them. You can choose from a good variety of different weapons and different setups and stuff, and you can choose who's on, not who as in every single bot, but you can choose like what team setup is on your team, like what group, basically, right, and stuff, and you can choose, does either team have horses, does either team have archers, or does both teams have, just regular infantrymen, or half and half and a quarter of this and whatever. You can be really customizing with that, and it's a really good game. It's really fun to play. It's a heavy skill, what do you call it, a learning curve, where it takes a lot to learn to be actually really good at it, but nonetheless it's a lot of fun. Tons of bots there. Okay, Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord. I don't actually have this game yet because I'm waiting until it comes out on Xbox One, and believe me, I'm getting that game when that comes out. But from everything I've seen already, there is up to 1,000 versus up to 1,000 of bots, and amazing like that. This is a really realistic experience. They take into effect physics and stuff, so like when you're swinging like a long weapon, depending on how fast it was going and at what time during the swing it hit the opponent and where on the opponent did it hit the opponent and whatever, all of that is calculated carefully into how much damage will be done or not done or dealt or whatever. So it's a physics-based impressive machine behind the game. So very cool game. I can't wait till I actually get to play it myself, and it's really an amazing experience. Smite is another one. This one is a magical game, arena game kind of a thing, where you have all these different Greek gods and stuff, like Zeus and everybody, and then you pick them, you pick who you're going against, and then you do an arena battle thing where it's not just about killing each other, but it's objectives as well. You have to do this and that to win and to score and whatever. I'll be honest, I only played it like once a long time ago. I don't remember much about it, but just that's what it is, and you can play with computer players and stuff. Okay, now without further ado, I am going to get going on with my list of what I wish would be these games with bots to play offline without internet, because if they were, I would be playing these games today like a lot more frequently, because right now these games, well, besides a few of them which I'll get to, that still have internet right now, of course, online. But eventually, these will all be dead online servers, and then I'll be able to. Only thing I'll be able to do in these games is the campaign modes, which is not for me. Like campaign, I'll play the campaign once when I get a game just to get through with it for curiosity, but then I'm done with it. I don't want to go back and replay a story. That's just me personally. I understand I'm different than you, but I like to play, the online obviously with real players, but then when that is done, I want to know that I can still play a game offline in a simulated experience, and hopefully the bots are good. Okay, so here's my wish list. All right, I'm going to say this one first because I'm cheating a little bit. Mordhau. Mordhau is a medieval combat fighting game, okay? I haven't actually played it, so I am cheating. I don't have a PC, so I can't play it, and if this game came out on Xbox, I'd buy it instantly. I would. I really would. I've watched tons of videos on this game. I have much respect for this game. It was independently made and funded and all that stuff. And it just looks amazing. It looks epic. It looks so much fun. It looks good and it looks fun. But from what I've been seeing, the only bots thing there is a horde mode, basically, where you just try to survive waves of attacks and stuff. And don't get me wrong, yeah, I like that, but do I prefer that? Hell no, not by a long shot. I prefer just being able to do a deathmatch, capture the flag, or something like that, okay, with bots, with having bots on my team, bots against me, and having like a fight like that where you respawn and you look at the scoreboard and stuff. Like that's what I want. So imagine if Mordhau had that. Man, that would be... I just imagine being able to play it and then being able to do that too when the servers eventually, inevitably come to an end. Okay? And I will save the best for last, by the way. The next one for sure. This is an older game, but I still say this would have been crazy. Red Faction. I don't know I think it was Guerrilla, but one of these games I actually had, and when I bought it, I played a lot of it online too, and I loved the game. It's a unique game. It's a sci-fi third-person shooter, but what made it unique was the physics. So almost everything could be destroyed on the map. Like an entire building, you could destroy that building, but piece by piece, you break through every wall in this game. And when you do, if you break enough of the walls, it'll come crumbling down. So it was a really fun physics game, man. Just so much fun. And I like the weapons in it. I like the jetpacks and everything in this game. And so I just wish, why they couldn't just put bots in it to play offline. Because when that game was done, all you could do was the story mode. And it's like, no offense, but I don't care about that. I wanted to keep playing it, and it was done. Then it was over with. There was no more to play on it. So, all right. Now, the next game, I don't think people would see this coming. But if you've played it, you know what I'm talking about. Fear. I'm talking about the first one. Fear is an amazing game. I still love this game. And yes, even though there's no more servers, I'll still play this game for the campaign, to be honest with you. Fear is an amazing game. I'm talking about the first one. And luckily, me on Xbox, I got the best version of it because it came out like a year or two later than in the PC version. They updated like everything graphically and stuff on our Xboxes, and we got bonus maps and stuff. So Fear was it was a horror / shooter game, action game. This game, what was so fun about it was, so you're getting scared all the time, but you also have a gun. You also have a slow motion button, so you're doing Matrix style, John Woo style action, where you see bullets rippling through the air when you use it. If you throw a grenade, you see the grenade just concoct and go and explode and ignite in slow motion. And the guns were really fun. And the AI was incredibly smart in this. I'm talking about in the campaign. They would throw like bookshelves over and take cover. They were never doing the same thing. There was no set paths in this game either. They would communicate with each other on their microphones and walkie-talkies and or communicators or whatever. They would flank you. They would throw grenades. They would wait to hear you reloading and come and get you and stuff. Amazing, man. The AI was so smart in this game in the story mode. Now, I played Fear online quite a lot too, and it was so much fun. The maps were great. The shooting was great. I mean, and it's not nostalgia. I'm telling you, I'm dead serious. I loved playing Fear 1 online. It was a great time. So I just wish if they could bring that if they could bring bots to Fear's, online mode, that would be amazing to be able to play that again. Because I'll already play Fear 1 for the story mode, no, even today, no problem. But I'm just saying, this would be so much cool to be able to do that with the really smart AI that they have. Oh my god, that'd be crazy. Put it on the hardest difficulty and see if I can survive a round of team deathmatch. Be insane. Alright, the next game pisses me off so much. I'm actually mad that I bought this game. Rainbow Six Siege. So, this game, right now, because there is still online servers, and there still will be for a while, yes, I do love this game for that reason, but that's it. I know when those are done, this game is done. This game is deleted forever. Because, unlike the last two Rainbow Six games, Rainbow Six Vegas and Rainbow Six Vegas 2, those, they didn't have bots, but they at least had a terrorist hunt mode, which was you and however many people you're playing with start at one point in the map, and then you try and kill all the terrorists throughout the map. So it's like a hunt kind of a thing. Well, it says hunt in the name, but you search out and try and kill them all, and sometimes they stay in their own rooms, sometimes they rush you. No, it's not my favorite, but it was fun. But at least it was something we had in Rainbow Six Siege. You don't even have that. You do single player, but you it's not just that you have to have internet. You have to have a Xbox Live Gold subscription just to do that. That's pathetic. That is terrible. Greedy. That is so stupid. If you're playing by yourself, you can't really. You need a server to play by yourself. Really? Fail. But the game itself, though, is really great. I can't lie. The shooting of the guns, the customizations, everybody's got their own talents and power-ups and abilities, which are very unique, very fun, and what really steals the show is the physics. The physics is so good in this game. When you shoot the wall, there actually is a hole in the actual wall in the game that you can continue to make holes in and look through it for enemies and shoot more, and they can shoot through it back at you and everything. Man, and then you can destroy walls, you can destroy doors. You actually have always been able to do that in, well, the recent Rainbow Six last 3 games, but in this game even better than before. And the physics are great. I mean, you can set up explosives on the ceiling. You have cool gadgets, one that drills a hole in the wall and then shoots a grenade through the wall right after. It's so fun. The physics are amazing. Every item in the room can be moved or destroyed. The physics are incredible. And the online is fun. It is. So it just makes me sad because I know when the servers are down, I won't be able to do anything with this game anymore because the offline it's a dead horse. There's nothing there. So man, if they would have just put the ability to play with bots offline, I'd be playing this game a lot. Man, I'd be like, because knowing it's still going to be there for me to play, I'd be like, all right, I'll, be able to play some deathmatch, team deathmatch. I'll be able to play some, hostage rescue and all that stuff, all those game modes. Be incredible. Like, it's because it's such a good game otherwise. But then it's wasted because once those servers are down, you're done. You don't get to play nothing with it anymore. So, game over. All right, now the next one, this is the second last one. And this one, I'm saying I'm actually genuinely surprised that this is not games, a list of games, but that these games don't have bots, because I'll explain, but when you look at it, you think there would be. You really do. And it is the Halo games. I'm going to say specifically Halo Reach, which between that and Halo 3, Halo 2 for the story, but Halo 3 and Halo Reach are the best Halo games, in my personal opinion, okay? Because, I don't know, they just did everything right. They got the combat down so well in those games. They did such a great job with the guns and everybody feeling like a fair thing. chance and everything, and the vehicles were great, and the customizations were great. So what makes Halo special is, unlike a lot of other games where it just takes a few bullets to kill you, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying, Halo was a game where you get a decent amount of health. So it took more to get a kill, which in interpreting that means it takes more skill to get a kill. So you felt better about getting each one. And, if you get shot in the head with a sniper, you're dead in one hit. Okay, that's fair. You should be able to say that. Or really up close to the shotgun, agree. But in this game, you're not just going to get hit 3 bullets in the chest and be dead in Halo. No. Unless your health was already blinking with the shield almost there. Duh. But my point is, so that's what makes the Halo game special, is it took more skill to get one kill, right? And now, when you look at Halo 3 and Halo Reach, the amount of customizable options, you can choose how much health everybody has. Really specifically, you can choose what weapons you start with. You can choose what weapons are on the map. You can edit the maps, really, really specifically edit the maps in every which way you can think of, and do all that stuff, and vehicles, and you can do everything. But that was all for custom games, as in for when you're doing private matches online, or when you have a split screen or a system link split screen, or etc. So I'm like, all those customizable options, but no bots. Why? Because there's so many game modes in Halo 2. In Halo as well, I should say, because there's Halo 2 is a game. But I'm saying, like, these games, especially Halo 3 and Halo Reach, they should have had bots. Now, to be fair, Halo Reach and Halo ODST, and they started a game mode called Firefight, which is basically horde mode, that where you pick a map, and then you pick, or that you pick how many teammates or whatever. You can customize, like, what kind of enemies you're going to face, what difficulty, what weapons will you have, and blah blah blah. But they come at you in waves and droves, and you see how long you can survive, and so they'll drop off enemies with spaceships, and then see if you can survive that wave, and then you'll if your teammate dies, they'll respawn at the end of the round if you survive or whatever. So yes, I like it. I'm not saying like they didn't do anything. Like, no, I like it. I liked it a lot. It was fine. I'm not complaining about it. But it's like, if they can do that, you can't tell me they couldn't put some bots together for a team deathmatch, or a capture the flag, or a regular deathmatch, or a King of the Hill, all the other awesome game modes they have in the Halo games. You can't tell me, come on. I mean, seriously. Now, and then you look at, like, Halo 2, at least in my recollection, Halo 2, the bots on the Marines were really smart. Like, they were really smart, really capable of doing whatever, because I remember it was a big deal. They're like, in your story mission campaign, you can drive the Warthog and put your Marine in the gunner, or you can have them drive you and stuff. It was, like, really fun. It was really cool. So there's all that going for it. And then, not to mention, like, in Halo Reach, the AI I don't remember the campaign as much, but everybody says that the AI was really good in that game, and I'll take their word for it. All right. So the AI is really intelligent, really well done in Halo Reach. And then, so if there's all that good AI and the extremely customizable options, not just for the maps, but let alone that, but everything else, down to very specific gameplay elements that you can set up yourself and all that, you can't tell me that there shouldn't have been bots in that games. Man, I wish so badly there were. I would be playing it probably right now, just on that alone. I'd set up a team of Spartans versus a team of elites. We'd go on one of my favorite maps. I'd put tons of vehicles on the map, and I'd have us all have the same weapons, and oh man, I'm telling you, it should have happened. Would have been amazing. All right, number one answer, and this is a by far for me personally. This is a no-brainer for me personally. Okay, and which one, if I had to pick one, I don't know, but I'll go with what my gut is going to say. Dun, dun, dun. The Battlefield games. If I had to pick, I'm going to go with the last one that I actually played, like, owned and played online for a long time, which is Battlefield 3. So I know there's games after that, but I'm going to go with that for a reason. Just hear me out. So here's what the Battlefield games are. They're giant, and I mean giant, team battle games, Modern Warfare, but they tons of emphasis on huge battles, huge variety of weapons and vehicles of all types of vehicles, and on top of that, a really amazing physics system where buildings can be completely tumbled to the ground. If you shoot a grenade or throw a grenade at a wall, that wall will have a hole in it after. The ground will crumble up and blow up in different directions and stuff. You can destroy trees and with tanks, and you get the point. The physics in these games, every time they came out, the world had to stop and realize, whoa, this game now has the new best and most impressive physics engine in it. Like, it just kept happening every time there was a new one. Now, the reason I'm saying Battlefield 3 is because I don't know if the other games after that, so I can't tell you if they got worse or better or what. I don't know. So, but from this game, I remember this was the last one that I actually went out, bought with my own money, and played it for a long time online. And I remember I loved every minute of it. There was huge team battles. There was tanks, jeeps. There was Humvees. There was even like sand dune buggies with guns on it and turrets on it. There was boats with guns on it. There was helicopters, which is in every Battlefield game, but in case you didn't know, helicopters, so much fun. And there was jets that drops bombs and stuff that you could fly in the air, and then if you're in the air, you could drop bombs and stuff. There was aircraft carriers. Oh man, so much stuff. So much stuff in the Battlefield 3 game that I remember, just in that game, right? And then on top of all that, just so many guns to pick from, tons and tons and tons of different weapons to choose from, great variety. Really, 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 at least in my recollection, they attempted to do a really good physics with sniping physics, so you don't just find the enemy, put the dot on them, and when you shoot, you'll hit them. Nope, you have to take and do effect how far away they are. So if you are 2 miles away, you actually have to make sure your reticle's way the heck up here, and if they're moving, you have to plan it ahead or whatever. But then the bullet will have to drop because of physics that they did a great job in that game. So there's that going for it. And then, like I said, the destruction is so much fun because it's just like in Rainbow Six Siege, okay? It's fun to me because it's like the wonders of, even if you missed or whatever, you can just make your own way. If you want to get to that base, you don't have to run around and go up the stairs and walk this way through the subway tunnel or whatever. You can just find that wall, take out the explosive and light it up, make a hole in the wall, and you can go that way now from now on, So much fun. So if Battlefield 3 specifically, but if all of them had bots to play with offline, can you imagine? I would never put this game down. I'd be playing it differently every time. I would be in one time, because the thing with, not to get off track, but the things with bots when you play offline different than human players is if somebody steals your vehicle, because in these games that I mentioned earlier, when you get in the vehicle, you become the pilot or the driver now, because they're computer players. They don't get to take precedent over you, thank God. So, like, imagine this, like playing one of the Battlefield games, like Battlefield 3. You want your helicopter, someone's already in it. Oh, 5 people are already in it. But then you, as the only human player, or you and your split screen teammate or whatever, get inside of it. Then, hey, what do you know? You get to be pilot, not the stupid computer. Just joking, but so you get to do that. I would experiment. Like, I would take a helicopter one time, see how long I can survive. I'd be dogfighting in the air and strafing enemies on the ground. I would take the boat one time and see if I can get any kills with the boat. I would, practice my sniping, and I would take one of those jets on that one map I remember using and try and drop bombs on the map and see how many times I get kills or friendly fire kills or whatever. Man, I would be playing Battlefield 3 to this day like crazy if there was bots in it. There isn't. And I've heard there's mods on PC and stuff that let you do stuff like that. Okay, awesome. I'm happy for you. I really am. But I don't know how to do anything with a PC. It is what it is. I don't know how to do a mod. I don't know how to download stuff on a PC. I wouldn't know how to do anything. I wouldn't even know what a good PC would be to buy. I don't know nothing. So I'm stuck with what I'm stuck with. So anyways, that's my list of games I wish so bad. Also, additionally to them, had bots for playing offline with and against. Be so cool if they did. Unfortunately, they don't. So anyways, give me a like, subscribe, and down on the comments, tell me what games you really wish, for the love of God, had some bots to play with offline. I like to read them, because I'm sure I missed a ton of them. But those were just the ones that definitely came to mind, and I wanted to make this video. So let me know ones that you personally thought should be on this list too, that we really think deserve to be on here, that would keep an older game that's dead living for longer. So anyways, thank you all for watching and listening.